Have you ever noticed how you don't even control your attention anymore? You open your phone for just a second, and somehow 30 minutes disappear. You sit down to study, and suddenly you're reorganizing your room, checking notifications, watching videos you don't even care about. And the scary part? It's not your fault. We live in a world designed to steal your focus every scroll, every vibration. Your brain becomes a battlefield, and you're losing without even realizing it. But what if I told you there's an ancient Japanese practice, proven scientifically, tested by monks, warriors, and high performers, that can rebuild your focus, rewire your brain, and make distractions powerless? It's called Ichigyo-Zammai, and today, you won't just learn if you'll feel it. We think being distracted means something is wrong with us. ADHD, low discipline, laziness. But the truth is simpler and darker. Your brain was not built for this modern world. Notifications, ads, short-form videos, endless stimulation. Your attention is being split into 1,000 tiny pieces. And like a leaking bucket, your focus drains out faster than you can fill it. A study from the University of California found that after just one interruption, your brain needs 23 minutes to fully refocus. 23 minutes for a single distraction. Now, multiply that by every buzz, every ping, every tiny temptation. And you begin to understand why you feel exhausted without actually doing anything. But there is a way out, and it begins with a story. Jake Morrison wasn't dumb. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't failing because he lacked intelligence. He was failing because he lived exactly like most of us live today. Mentally scattered, always distracted, never present. He wasn't failing school, he was failing his ability to direct his own mind. Jake had big dreams. He wanted to get into MIT, but dreams don't matter when your focus is broken. His friends joked about his inability to concentrate. His parents worried constantly. And one evening, holding another disappointing test result in his hands, Jake realized something painfully clear. If he didn't change his mind would decide his life for him. So he did something most people never do. He asked for help. Jake went to his math teacher, Mr. Tanaka-man, who never raised his voice, yet commanded every room he walked into. Jake expected tips, tricks, maybe a new study method. Instead, Mr. Tanaka gave him a single word written on a folded piece of paper, Ichigyo-Zammai. Jake blinked, confused. What does that mean? Mr. Tanaka smiled the calm, knowing smile of someone who has lived the answer. It means one act, one mind. When you study, you become the act of studying. When you walk, you become the act of walking. No division, no noise. Total presence. Jake didn't fully understand it yet. But in that moment, he felt something shift within him, as if someone had just handed him the missing piece of his life's puzzle. That night, Jake read everything his teacher gave him on the subject, and he learned 3 powerful, life-altering principles. First, your environment shapes your mind. If your phone is next to you, you're not fighting distraction, you're inviting it. Your willpower is a finite resource. Don't waste it battling temptations you could have simply removed. Second, your brain must be trained like a muscle. Every time your mind wanders and you gently bring it back to the task, you perform a mental rep. This isn't failure. This is the very process of building a stronger, more focused brain. And third, your attention is your life. The quality of your focus determines the quality of your results. If you can control your attention, you can control any outcome you desire. Armed with this new knowledge, Jake created his own ritual. Phone in another room, only one tab open on his computer. Simple 25-minute timer. Before starting, he'd take 3 deep breaths to center himself. Then, he committed to one task and one task only. Total presence. The first time he tried it, it was hell. His brain screamed for a distraction. Fingers twitched, itching to check his phone. His thoughts tried to drag him everywhere except the work in front of him. But Jake remembered Mr. Tanaka's wisdom. Don't fight the distraction. Observe it. Acknowledge it. Then gently return, one rep at a time. And then something incredible happened. In just 75 minutes of this focused work, Jake accomplished more than he usually did in an entire week. The change wasn't just on paper. Within weeks, Jake became more focused, not just in his studies, but in everything he did. His grades shot upward. His confidence, which had been eroding for years, returned stronger than ever. The very mind that used to sabotage him now served him. And when he finally got his first A in math, he showed it to Mr. Tanaka, who simply smiled. He wasn't surprised. He was proud. 'Cause he knew Jake had awakened. The world tries to own your attention, but Jake had finally reclaimed his. He had learned to master his inner world, and as a result, he began to master his outer world too. This isn't just ancient philosophy. Modern neuroscience confirms what Zen monks knew centuries ago. Studies show that mindfulness practices like Ichigyo-Zammai increase gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and focus. Focused attention reduces activity in the brain's default mode network, often called the wandering mind network. And the science is clear. Single tasking increases productivity far more than the myth of multitasking. Attention training literally rewires your brain, creating new, stronger neural pathways for focus. Ichigyo-Zammai isn't magic. It's neural engineering. Your brain becomes what you repeatedly focus on. In a very real sense, your attention is shaping your future, one moment at a time. But this technique isn't just about studying more or working faster or building discipline. It's about living fully. Think about this for a moment. How many meals have you eaten without really tasting them? How many conversations have you had where you didn't truly listen? How many days have felt like a blur simply because your mind was somewhere else entirely? Most people don't live their lives, they skim them. They are ghosts in their own story, physically present but mentally absent. Ichigyo-Zammai brings you back to the moment, back to your life, back to yourself. It's the practice of returning home to the only time that ever truly exists, right now. If you've made it this far, it means something inside you is ready for a change, ready to regain your attention, ready to take your life back from the constant noise. So tell me in the comments, what is your biggest distraction right now? Let's start the conversation, and remember, one thing at a time, one mind, one moment, total presence, walk with focus, follow the path. I'll see you in the next video.